Let me say this as clearly as I can. Most leaders, so many leaders, the vast majority, they don't fail because they lack discipline. They fail because they're disciplined in the wrong places and undisciplined where it actually matters. That mistake is quietly killing execution, and it is critical because when discipline is misapplied, leaders feel stuck and they get stricter, the teams get defensive, execution gets worse. And today, I'm going to give you a framework so clear you will instantly know which kind of discipline your situation actually needs. 7 minutes, one truth, one execution move. If you're a leader who's tired of repeating yourself over and over again, you're tired of that agreement and that bobblehead, but no follow through or execution, and you're just worn out from carrying the weight of everybody else's performance, then you're in the right place. I'm Chris Hunsicker, and this is the Dealership War Room. This isn't motivation. This isn't theory. This is a daily leadership briefing for people who actually have to produce results in the arena at work and at home. No busy, you're in the war room now. So let's get after it. Here's what I see leaders do over and over again in my coaching. Execution starts to slip, so they tighten up. They get louder, sometimes more serious, oftentimes more intense. And the team just feels controlled, not supported, because they're leading out of fear. So they comply, but only when they're watched. And execution just erodes again and again. And then the leader concludes, I guess I just need to push harder. And you end up doing more of what didn't work in the first place. That downward loop doesn't mean that you're weak or you're not a great leader. It means discipline is being applied in the wrong places. And here's the dagger line, and please tattoo this on your brain. Wrong discipline feels like leadership, but it always produces resistance. It fails. There isn't one kind of discipline. In reality, there are three, and elite leaders know the difference and how to apply them. Number one is structural discipline. This answers the question, what happens here every time? Structural discipline is your standards, your routines, checklists, the non-negotiables in your process. If execution falls apart when you're not in the room, that's not a people problem. That's a structure problem. And here's what happens. This misapplication, if you yell, lecture, or motivate when structure is missing, discipline becomes emotional and people just tune you out. The second is what I call behavioral discipline. And this answers the question, what behavior is expected under pressure? Behavioral discipline is when you do that coaching in the moment, those calm corrections, those little getting back on that immediate feedback, that if structure exists and behavior drifts, that's not laziness, that's a coaching cap. The misapplication is if you motivate when behavior needs correction, then standards just slowly erode. The third is what I call leadership discipline. And this is the hardest one. Leadership discipline answers this question. What must I do consistently, even when it's uncomfortable? Leadership discipline is you're holding the line or following through on stuff, not rescuing people from standards, but holding them to standard. And it's staying calm when it would be easier to react. And here's an uncomfortable truth I ask you to embrace. Most leaders don't lack discipline. They selectively apply it when it's comfortable. And the team can always feel that. Teams rarely outgrow the discipline of their leader. So here's today's execution move. I call this the discipline diagnostic. And please use this. Think about one execution breakdown you're dealing with right now. And then just ask these three questions, fast and clear. Is the structure missing? Is the behavior uncoached? Or am I, as a leader, avoiding consistency? That's it. Then circle one. Because here's the line to steal. You can't fix the right problem with the wrong discipline. Let me say that again. You cannot fix the right problem with the wrong discipline. That's where things go wrong. That clarity alone should reduce a whole bunch of your frustration. And if you want help running this diagnostic in real time, choosing the right discipline every time, then text the word discipline to the number that you see on the screen. Our AI coach, the little bot that we created, will help you identify whether the breakdown is structural, behavioral, or leadership, and tell you exactly what to do next. So text discipline to the number you see on the screen. Now, if this episode made you a little uncomfortable, that's a good sign. And I want you to send it to a leader who you know and care about, who's been pushing hard, but watching execution slip. Because elite leaders don't just apply more discipline. They apply the right discipline in the right place. So let's go out today, create some leadership fire, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Dealership War Room.